Oh, you're recording.
Right, we're recording now. Hi, everyone. This is episode 3 of the Proper Podcast. I'm Fadi and my co host Mike over there.
What's
Again, with
going
the
on, everybody?
beautiful American flag over there.
Hey.
Sorry, we've not been. First of all, I wanted to apologize because we've not really, how long has it been? It must have been over a week now.
2 weeks
So,
now. So bi-weekly now.
yeah, it might be bi weekly, we'll just go with the flow. It might be a weekly production. First of all, second of all, I want to obviously, it's 9/11 today, and we want to remember those people that were affected by the very, harsh, sad event that took place. How many years back, Mike, now?
2001. Damn.
Yeah, 19 years ago, was it?
Yeah, safe.
Yeah, it's really, obviously, it's really, saddening, but again, it shows resilience of the American people, and it shows the bounce back was amazing, and I want to give special
Shout
shout
out
out
to first responders and
first
all them
responders,
people.
man.
Respect.
What do you have anything, Mike, to share on that in terms of when it happened and the time frame and where were you at the time and all that stuff?
Well, at that time I was in kindergarten, so I can't tell you what exactly happened or how it affected me at that time.
And where were you living at the time as well?
So I was still in New Jersey. Yeah, still in New Jersey, so right across the border, an hour away from my house it happened. But I kind of remember kids get pulled out of classes and stuff because their parents were worried that America was under attack. So that's about as much as I can remember, and then just stories from other people. But,
did your parents come and get you from the school? And
no, because I was already in kindergarten. I was on half day schedule, so I was out at 12. So the towers and all that, I think fell at 9:30 ish, 10ish. So that was
in the morning?
In the morning. So it was 2 hours before I got let out. So I'm pretty sure I was still in school, and then I got home. But I've heard stories from other people, and that's a terrible day in American history, at least.
Yeah, definitely. Have you had any close, friends or family members affected directly by this, or anyone that you've lost, or any of your,
Not
a lot of people have actually lost their lives.
Yeah. So not that I know of. Well, my ex, she had an uncle that passed away. I think it was her uncle that passed. He was in towers at the time that fell and stuff. And a couple of years ago, I did go to the whole memorial site, Ground Zero, to see the museum and the.
Was that your first visit?
Yeah, since the towers, yes. Wow. I saw it. So go on your Instagram. I saw that you've been there too. Yeah. So
I did there when I visited. Obviously, it was.
I did the whole museum. I did the whole museum tours. It's touching. It's touching.
Very humbling experience.
Yeah. Again, I can't imagine what they went through, but that's
definitely
very intense time.
I guess for anyone that lost their lives, it's up to us now to to not only live each day to the fullest, but also give our best every single day. Because you never know when it will be time to go. Regardless of the manner in which we will go, but it just goes to show that it's
never know.
Up to us to give it 100% every single day, and our deepest condolences to the families affected and deepest respect.
Live every day like it's your last.
Yeah, definitely. Deepest respect to everyone involved in bringing in rectifying the issue, that obviously the damage, and minimizing as much of it as possible. And New York is beautiful. When I went to visit my time in America that year, when we met at ECU, New York is amazing. I love New York. First time there as well. So
Beautiful during Christmas time.
Yeah, definitely
Beautiful.
due to go back and maybe we'll record a podcast from Top of the Rock or Empire State Building next time when we have we have a little bit more.
We'll make some more money, and when we make more money, and the pandemic's not going on.
On that, Mike, do you want to give our audience an update on the crew
So we're
to the team.
Yeah, so if you do listen to us on the Anchor app, or we appreciate that. We're on all their platforms. We're on Spotify, Apple Podcasts now. We're on a lot of different platforms now. But then we also added another member to our Proper Podcast team. We got a producer now, so he will be editing our voice. Well, not so much on YouTube, but if you listen to us on the Anchor podcast or Anchor app and the other platforms, he will be editing our voices. So I know mine, I'll apologize for the last 2 episodes. My voice hasn't been the best. So I got a mic now. So hopefully my voice. So hopefully my voice is a little clearer now and not as shaky. But yeah. But so his name's Fraudy. So
shout out to Fraudy.
Shout out to Fraudy. We appreciate what you're doing. Yeah, Fraudy. Fraudy is joining the Proper Podcast.
Yeah, and he's and what feedback did Fraudy give you? Like, he's giving you quite good feedback, didn't he?
Yeah, so he thinks we we don't have that many views right now, but he thinks me and Fraudy have the good dynamic. So the friendship we got from ECU, and to be honest, we haven't, since we left ECU together, we haven't really talked for about 5 years, and then we FaceTimed one day, and then
we were talking. We didn't.
Yeah, but we didn't talk like this. Like right now, we talk like every week. So
now it's more obviously consistent.
We kind of just left off where we started where we left off. So it's kind of cool. Like our friendship is that tight. We left. You left my freshman, so it's more like 7 years actually, and.
No, it wasn't 7 years, man. 2015. I arrived at America.
2015. Okay, so 5 years.
August 2015.
So 5 years ago, I was right the first time.
Yeah.
So so
actually,
pretty much.
I'd say it's as low as 4 years actually, because I left America May 2016 to go back. So just a little over 4 years, 5 years. Yeah, it's coming up to 5 years actually. You're right.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, we can go back in time to how we all like met up. So obviously, I moved. I wasn't a freshman, because the terminology used in America is different. I
wasn't a freshman either. But.
And Mike wasn't a freshman. Mike, I think he transferred.
Well, I touched on that last episode, but I was transferred.
So I came to do my exchange from Manchester Metropolitan University. So I'd applied to do this exchange. It wasn't part of my degree course, but it was just something, optional. And I thought the original plan was to get a placement. So a placement is like work experience, which is paid. You're not paid that much, but you are paid to work for a year within a company at, your chosen field and what you want to potentially go into after graduation.
Hey, Fadi, you cut out. Can't hear you anymore. Yeah, you cut out, man. Bad. Technical difficulties. That's going to happen when we're overseas. Nope, still can't hear you. Oh, keep going. Oh, no. Bad. So I guess I'm going to fill the void, and we'll see if Fadi can get his technical difficulties back on board. So still can't hear him, but I'm still just going to keep talking and continue his story. So we met. So me and my roommate just went around the 8th floor, and we started just knocking on doors and trying to get to know people. And I happened to stumble on Fadi's door and knocked on his door and was like, "Hey, we're going to get dinner, and do you want to come with us?" And he said, "Yeah." And kind of the friendship took off from there. And then I knew Fadi was big into lifting, and I was big into lifting at that time. So we went to the gym a few times, trained together a few times, and our kind of friendship took off from there. Just always hanging out. We'd always go get breakfast, lunch, dinner together, and I kind of showed him around and showed him the American ways, if you per se.
Yeah. Can you hear me? No.
Yeah, there you go. We got you.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we got you back.
Jeez, man. Sorry. I'm using a different set of headphones today, and it's ironically the Apple ones, and I'm using a MacBook. So I don't know what went wrong here, but hey,
we got you back.
Get your shit right, mate.
Technical difficulties, you can expect that through Zoom. We're not in person, so it's gonna happen sometimes.
Yeah, it probably was bad latency or bad internet connection on my side. Sorry about that, guys. But Mike did actually sum it up. I did hear that quite well. So it was a bit, coincidental. We were both on the same floor at Clement Hall, East Carolina University. I was required to live on campus, which was amazing. I wouldn't have wanted it any other way,
I was too, my sophomore year. But don't regret it. I'm glad I did.
I made great connections with everyone on my floor, pretty much. Next to me, Smiley,
Smiles. Yeah.
Smile, almost.
Which,
Smiley Smiles.
So we'll get him on the episode a little later. He's a chef out in San Francisco. Yeah.
Like
super cool dude.
He's a
interesting guy.
Super cool guy. Shout out Smiles.
Yeah, shout out Smiles.
He was always smiling. I don't know how he got the nickname Smiles.
Or he was just always smiling. So
Josh.
we just.
You remember Josh?
Yeah, his roommate.
Josh.
Yeah. I remember him, but we didn't hang out with him. So he was in the Clement 8th grade crew.
Yeah, he was.
So
and then
so then Evan,
go through the list, but remember the where did we used to get all of us in that room opposite mine?
The study room, I guess, 8th grade
study room. We never went there to study room.
I tried a couple times, but people were just always there, like hanging out, talking. So it was just it's hard to get your studying done.
Yeah. Grant, remember Grant? Grant used to live next door to you. Grant and used to live with the big jack guy.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah.
It's the big Andrew, I think.
Andrew,
his name
yeah, the powerlifter dude.
The powerlifter. I trained with him a couple of times. I thought he was super nice until he deleted me off Facebook all of a sudden.
Now he's not checking out the Proper Podcast.
He needs to check out the Proper Podcast, and he needs to add me back on Facebook. No, I'm just It doesn't matter. As long as he's happy, it's chill. We never had any issues. It was quite.
I don't think the 8th floor didn't really have any issues. We all kind of got along and coincided.
Rooster, shout out to Rooster.
Shout out to Rooster, Australia.
Shout out to
Mina, man, yeah.
My Coptic brother from another mother. I was gonna say my Coptic mother, Pad.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. What else, man? I mean,
we can give a shout out to Evan because hopefully we'll get in conversation going on with him, but hopefully he can be on next episode. I don't want to say any false information, but pretty sure he's an EMT right now, so hopefully we'll get him on next episode.
For those that don't know what EMT is.
Yes. Emergency medical technician. Yeah. So
he's like a medical.
So he's a first responder pretty much. So touchback first responders. He responds in the ambulances and takes care of people and brings them to the hospital. So hopefully. Is that
what he did at uni? Is that what he did at college?
No, he graduated he graduated with something or something to do with medicine or something.
Yeah.
Which, don't quote me on all this. I haven't talked to him in a while.
Tell his story.
Yeah, so hopefully we'll get on our next episode and he can talk about how his work's been affected by this pandemic and how it's anything. So So hopefully he'll be on next episode, and he can answer all these questions that maybe I'm just blabbing on about.
No, you're not blabbing on about anything, man.
Couldn't be true, but hopefully it is true.
Really, how this episode came about, we were just like talking. Then I was like, "Yeah, man, I'm free now. Do you want to record now?"
Yeah.
Yeah, let's get
it.
So
we're doing this live right now. Last episode we kind of had a script. This one we're just talking.
We didn't have a script, but we did.
Yes, we had a plan.
Yeah, we had a
plan.
Yeah, we had topics that we wanted to discuss. So I guess that leaves us to what are your plans this week? And obviously, do you have any traditions like your family? Obviously, with it being 9/11 Memorial Day, like
not Memorial Day. Memorial Day is a different.
Memorial
it's a different holiday.
I phrased it wrong, but it's the day where you of remembrance of 9/11. I don't know if there are any traditions. Obviously, I lived during that time at university there, but I didn't. Obviously, I don't know. Like some families will have certain traditions or like certain.
My family per se, there's not too many traditions on this day because it's an awful day in American history. But I'm sure the people that were super affected by this, that lost loved ones on this day, I'm sure they all do some sort of memorial or something. I know we all on social media, everyone's all about it. They're all never forget this day in history, never forget. Me personally, I try to when I go to the gym, I try to do 110 steps, 110 floors on the.
As well,
yeah, she copied me, but
yeah,
it's all right.
Shout out to Tori for that.
Yeah.
Who got more steps?
She beat my time, but no, it's not about the steps. It's about the floors, so there's 110 floors in those buildings. So you do the stair climber for that many floors.
And did they have that embedded within? Did they have that configuration? I know you sent me a Snapchat, and I couldn't tell if they had like the two towers, like a picture of the towers on the stairmaster or something like that, or.
Oh no! It's just that's my tradition that I'm gonna try to do every what's the word? Every
9/11.
Yeah, every 9/11, I'm gonna do
110
on the stair climber, and just for those first responders, the firefighters, and
that's how many. That's how many.
Which they had all that. They had all the gear on, so their gear plus their body weight, they were carrying a lot more.
This is something you're interested in.
Like
firefighting and all that stuff.
Yeah, I have so much respect for firefighters, and
what are your thoughts on the?
I think it's an awesome profession.
Yeah, definitely. I couldn't agree more. But what are your thoughts on what's happening right now in California? San Francisco. It's really terrible. I've seen some footage of it.
Well, it's not just California, it's the whole West Coast. And so for all you don't know, I used to be a wildland firefighter out there, and I took this year off just to take it off. And so I'm thinking about going next year to do it again. Not totally sure if it will happen or not, but right now it's pretty bad, and the whole West Coast is just burning. And
what's causing that, Mike? Well, what's the reason for that? The root cause, what is it?
There's a super big one that just happened so one of those gender reveals, and those gender reveals you'll see on social media and stuff.
Gender reveals.
Yeah, so like
little pink or whatever.
Yeah. So like one of those big one couple decided to they blew something up pretty much, and it caught the grass on fire, and once the grass catches on fire, it's off to the races. And because that's out there, stuff's so dry, it just goes.
Wow.
And
the impact is that severe.
Yeah, and it's like lightning. Lightning's a big cause of it. Like big 18 wheelers, they'll drag chains sometimes, and the chains will drag against the road, and it'll spark the grass, and there you go. And there's
It's weird,
yeah,
man. Nature is so
it's just
impactful.
it's just super dry up. Like compared to the East Coast, like it's super hot here, but it's just humidity, so it's like just muggy and humid. But
Yeah.
out there, it's just dry. It,
Is that why you sort of like when you did that when you took part in that field, then when you went to work there in that area, was there like more demand for firefighters like down that side, or do you not have as many opportunities available in that field like where you're at right now?
oh yeah, so there's some wild. It's very rare for a wildfire to happen on the East Coast. So like we probably get them every year, but they're super small compared to the West Coast fires. There's a lot of controlled burns on the East Coast. Like people will put fire on the ground to just do forest mitigation and it's fire. There's good fire and bad fire. So out there is super bad fire right now, and it's just burning way too much, and it's not good. But I decided to go out there.
Better, man.
Yeah, I decided to go out there because that's where all the action is. And
Yeah.
but,
Did you get involved in anything while you were out there? Like did anything similar to that or to that scale had actually happened?
the first year it was a lot worse when I was there, but I was not. So the engine crew I was on my first year wasn't dispatched to the big fires that were going on. And then the second year, which was last year, Alaska was burning like a lot. Mm-hmm. So I got to go to Alaska last year, which was pretty cool experience. But in California, some things burn, not as much. But that's why I think it's burning so much this year, just because not so much burned last year. But
it's really sad, man. If people, I mean, I've seen it's like all red, the skies.
Yeah. It's just
everywhere is crazy.
And people are losing houses and things, so it's But I feel bad for them, and I wish I was there helping them, but can't do.
No, it's very admirable, and it's one of those fields, one of those jobs that really do make an impact. Not to say that other jobs don't make an impact.
Right, yeah.
When you put your own well-being on the line, and your actual all resources into it, and you travel across the country, and that's something that's really respectable. And I hope the situation gets better anyway.
To me, it's an awesome job. You get to see awesome country and awesome things, and the dudes on your crew, you become best friends with them and stuff. So
how's the injury coming along now? Are you recovering now?
Yeah.
Give us an update on that.
Yeah, so for y'all that don't know, I broke my ankle July 4th weekend. I was in a boot for about almost 2 months. And I finally got cleared to go back to work.
Yeah.
What was it 2 weeks ago, probably?
It sounds a little muffly, Mike, by the way.
Oh, God.
A little muffly. I don't know if it's the wiring or...
Can you hear? Well, the muffly now? But,
I can hear you now, but it's Frotty's got some work to do. That's all I'm gonna say.
But so I broke my ankle healed about 2 weeks ago. But I accepted a job in Colorado, so I will be heading out to Colorado October 1st and
start. You didn't give me the update. That's new update to me.
Safe one, yeah. So I'll be making snow for a ski resort out there. So I'll be there.
Congrats, man.
Thanks, man. I'll be there from October to March, April. April, March, April, So
where are you gonna be living? Are you renting out a place there? Or?
Yeah, so Vail, Colorado. So they offer employee housing. So
Nice.
living in employee housing. So hopefully
That's
I'll
sweet,
bring,
man.
I'll bring my laptop so we can keep this podcast going, but I don't know if I'm
This
allowed to.
podcast going. Obviously, you got to give us a reason to keep this podcast going, and you got to show
Yeah,
us
man.
some love. Yeah,
Yeah. All you. We're talking to you guys.
we're talking to you right there
Yeah.
where Mike just pointed.
Safe.
Yeah,
But,
let's
Yeah, I think we're reaching our about. It's a little shorter than a half hour, but
yeah.
this I don't know if you want to end it now or you got anything else to say.
I
but
mean, it was quite spontaneous. This
Yeah.
episode, as we said, it wasn't anything pre-planned, and
we're kind of just trying to put someone out for you guys.
we wanted to give you an update that this is obviously growing, not in any big
Exponential growth.
not any exponential
It's
way.
slowly going.
Yeah, it's just slowly growing, and obviously
And that's thanks to all you listeners.
we're out on Apple Podcasts right now. Mike just gave me the update before we started, so
I'll put links on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, whatever you guys want to follow me at.
Yeah, so make sure to check us out on YouTube, obviously, not Instagram.
So what's your YouTube name so they can look that up?
Yep, definitely. And on that note, thank you very much, Mike, again.
Thank you.
Agreeing to record on such short notice, man.
Yeah, man. Thank you, Fadi. Maybe a long week for you. You must have been tired.
Yeah, it's been non-stop with work, but hey, I'm looking forward to a weekend, a restful weekend. That's what I'm looking forward to.
But
actually, getting back to playing football.
Man.
Soccer, I should say. Sorry.
Football just started here in America, so.
Yeah. The Premier League is actually back on tomorrow. So the Premier League is not resuming, but starting. The new season starts tomorrow, so that's gonna be a fun-filled weekend. I mean, start of the Premier League, and obviously from here till May, I think the season spans. So it's hopefully people aren't really allowed into stadiums at that large capacity. So I'm in Manchester, so I used to go to like Manchester United or like Manchester City, like two of the biggest stadiums in Europe, here to like watch games and stuff. But obviously now it's all behind closed doors and stuff. So I can't complain. There's something something to
watch at least.
Something to watch. Yeah, definitely. So yeah, I mean, on that note, man, enjoy a great weekend and congrats on your job again. I didn't know about that.
Thank you.
And we'll.
Before we head out, just stay tuned for next episode. Hopefully, we'll get our buddy Evan on to talk about some things, and we'll ask him a few questions. Get someone else is on.
Yeah.
So
definitely.
It's just not me and Fadi talking the whole time, but. Oh yeah, but
not
check
that
us out.
Bored of us or anything.
Yeah,
man.
But check us out on YouTube, Anchor, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, all of them. Check our link. Check Fadi out on Instagram. Check me out on Instagram. Link in our bios at Mike and Dice, and Fadi's is
Easy.
Whatever. Yeah, whatever it is. But stay proper, everybody.
Have a good time, everyone.
Safe.
Take it easy.